That night, thick black clouds rolled across the sky. In the forest on the edge of the village, a young couple quietly held hands as they walked down a narrow path. They were deeply in love, but forbidden by both families, so they could only meet in secret. They whispered and giggled, eyes filled with dreams of a hopeful future. As they walked, the young man accidentally stepped on an old porcelain jar, which shattered with a sharp crash. From somewhere in the darkness came a high-pitched, chilling laugh. Both of them froze, hearts pounding wildly. The girl clutched his arm and whispered, trembling, "Did you hear that?" From the shadows, a woman appeared. Her long hair hung loose, her eyes glowed red, and her sharp fangs gleamed in the dim light. A cold, foul stench came from her twisted grin, freezing them in terror. They screamed and ran for their lives toward the village. When they finally reached safety, they could only cling to each other, shaking uncontrollably. Afraid their secret would be discovered, they told no one about what they saw. That same night, on another path near the village, Uncle Utnaw, a notorious flirt who often wandered late, was heading home after visiting some girls. The moon was dim, the wind cold. As he passed a clump of bamboo at the village entrance, he heard soft sobbing. Curious, he stepped closer. Under the bamboo sat a woman, crouched with her hair covering her face, her upper body bare. Utnaw frowned. "Who the heck's that? Crying here in the middle of the night? Did your husband dump you or what?" He took a few steps forward. The figure slowly lifted her face. A horrifying sight met his eyes: glowing red pupils, jagged fangs, and worst of all, two long, sagging breasts hanging down to her knees, swaying grotesquely. "Holy Mother of God!" Utnaw screamed at the top of his lungs. His legs went weak, and his heart nearly burst. "My two little jewels just turned into marbles," he thought in panic before bolting home in terror. He pounded on the door, shouting, "Open up! Open up! There's a ma!" Tintin rushed to open the door. Utnaw darted inside, slammed it shut, and clung to the boy, gasping for breath. It chased me. The long-breasted ghost was right behind me." Tintin stared, then burst out laughing. "You serious, Uncle? See, people always say, go out at night and you'll meet ghosts. Guess they were right. You don't believe me. It had breasts down to its knees. It wanted to swallow me whole. Maybe it saw you're too pathetic and decided to spare you." Tintin teased. "From now on, just stay home and play tic-tac-toe with me." Utnaw blushed, collapsed to the floor, still trembling. That same night, in another part of the village, Mr. Lee and his wife had a 2-month-old baby who wouldn't stop crying. Around 2 a.m., a dark spirit crept toward their house, following the baby's wails. It extended its long breasts, wrapping them around the window frame. Click! The window swung open. The ghostly flesh slithered toward the cradle. The family's black dog barked madly, scratching at the door. Mrs. Lee woke up, opened her eyes, and screamed in horror at the sight. She grabbed her baby tightly. Mr. Lee jumped up and saw the same terrifying figure. The ghost roared, then vanished into the darkness. The screams brought the whole village running. Everyone turned pale when they heard the story. People spoke of Windao Trung, the local exorcist, but he had gone to Thailand and wouldn't be back for a month. The village sank into fear. The next morning, another shriek echoed. Fat Tu, a wealthy, arrogant man, was found dead in his house, gaping, tongue sticking out, eyes wide open. No one pitied him, but his 3 close friends, Dai, Ni, and Tom, were terrified. The village chief struck his staff on the ground. "There's a ghost among us. From now on, guard your children well and stay indoors at night." But fear couldn't stop death. That night, Tam was found dead. The next night, Ni followed. Each time, villagers huddled together, holding their breath as screams echoed in the dark. Dai, terrified, planned to flee with his fortune. Sensing something suspicious, Tintin and Utnaw decided to trick him. Tintin whispered, "Uncle, you carry me on your shoulders. We'll cover ourselves with a white sheet. It'll look like a ghost from afar." Utnaw groaned. "What am I, a buffalo? One slip and we're dead. Come on. If this works, everyone will respect us." Tintin urged. At last, Utnaw agreed. Tintin climbed onto his shoulders, and together they wobbled under a white sheet in front of Dai's house. But things went wrong. Tintin had eaten too many jackfruit seeds and sweet potatoes earlier. Just as they were sneaking around, his stomach gurgled loudly, and then, boom! A thunderous fart exploded right on Utnaw's neck. Utnaw nearly fainted, eyes watering. "God help me. I'd rather face the long-breasted ghost than this. Tintin tried to sound eerie. Return my life. Then another ft echoed, the stench unbearable. Inside, Dai saw the tall, ghostly figure and heard strange noises. Terrified, he collapsed, sobbing. Please, forgive me. I confess. 20 years ago, it was me. I killed her. I was wrong. Please don't take me. Tintin shrieked ghostly. Your sins cannot be washed away. I know. Have mercy, Utnot whispered under his breath. Mercy. I just want mercy from this smell. Finally, they rushed in, tied up Dai, and dragged him to the village hall. Under pressure, he confessed everything. 20 years ago, we, Dai, Ni, Tom, and Tu, raped and killed a woman. Her baby was only 5 months old. We sold it to another village. Then we buried her and sealed her spirit in a jar. Tintin clenched his fists. So she was just a mother searching for her child. From a distant treetop, the ghostly woman appeared, eyes red with tears. Her laughter and sobs echoed through the village as people fled, locking their doors in terror. She drifted toward Dai's house. Villagers who dared peek saw blood splattering everywhere. His screams and pleas lasted until dawn. When morning came, his mangled corpse lay in a pool of blood. Tintin sat silently, eyes moist. She only wanted her child back. If we don't help her, her soul will never rest. Utnah sighed. Then, let's find a monk. Maybe it's not too late. They traveled to a small temple in a nearby village, where a young monk greeted them, tall, gentle-eyed, with a hint of sadness. After hearing their story, he was silent for a long time, then nodded. I must go with you. This is fate and my karma. That night, in the center of the village, they built an altar. Chants echoed softly, incense smoke rising. The long-breasted ghost appeared again, eyes red, face filled with pain and sorrow. The young monk stepped forward, voice trembling. Mother, is that you? Everyone gasped. The ghost froze. Her blazing eyes softened, tears flowing down her pale face. My son, my dear son. Her long breasts fell limply to the ground as she shook with emotion. I knew it, the monk sobbed. I always dreamed of a woman crying, calling my name. Tintin and Utnot stood speechless. Mother and son looked at each other, tears streaming down. The ghost reached to touch his face. At last, I see you, even if only this once. The monk knelt, holding her tightly. I'm sorry, Mother. I couldn't be with you. In this life, I can't stay, but I'll pray for you to set you free from suffering. He began chanting, the sound of the wooden bell and sacred words spreading light across the village. The ghost's form grew faint, a peaceful smile on her lips. Thank you, my children, I must go now, but a mother's love never fades. Tintin whispered, Uncle, not every ghost wants to harm people. Utnot nodded softly. Yeah, from now on, I quit drinking. I'll stay home and watch you grow up. The wind fell still. The moon emerged from behind the clouds. That night, the cemetery was silent. Only the gentle light of the moon shone on the path back to the village.